Nazi-exploitation movies. Nazi-exploitation is a subgenre of exploitation film and sexploitation film that involves Nazis committing sex crimes, often as camp or prison overseers during World War II. Most follow the women in prison formula, only relocated to a concentration camp, death camp, or Nazi brothel, and with an added emphasis on sadism, gore, and degradation. The most infamous and influential title, which set the standards of the genre, is a Canadian production, Ilsa, Wolf of the S.S., 1974. Its surprise success and sequels led European filmmakers, mostly in Italy, to produce dozens of similar films. While the Ilsa series were profitable, the other films were mostly box office flops, and the genre all but vanished by the mid-1980s. Here a long list from Nazi-exploitation movies. This list is not complete, there are many others. SS Experiment Love Camp. 1976. Near the end of World War II, prisoners of war are used in experiments to perfect the Aryan race. Gestapo's Last Orgy. 1977. Lise Cohen is taken to a special prisoner of war camp for female Jews, a camp run as a bordello to entertain the German officers and troops going into battle. The camp is run with an iron fist by Commandant Starker and his minion Alma. Starker becomes frustrated when Lise demonstrates no fear, and devises cruel experiments to scare her, to no avail. Once she realizes her guilt is unfounded, Lise begins to play Starker's game, but even though she begins living a better life, she doesn't forget the atrocities she has seen and experienced. Deported Women of the SS Special Section. 1976. Young women in Nazi-occupied countries are packed onto a train and shipped off to a prison camp, where the sadistic commandant uses them as rewards for his lesbian guards and perverted and deviant troops. Fantasy Mission Force. 2005. A force of loners and fighters is put together to try and rescue the generals and save the war effort with the promise of gold and pardons of past crimes. SS Camp 5, Women's Hell. 1977. During the last days of World War II, several female prisoners arrive at Camp 5 to work as sex slaves for officers and guinea pigs for horrific experiments by Nazi doctors who are trying to find a cure for burns. But these women are not going to die without a fight. Can they stay alive until the closing Red Army comes to their rescue? Captive Women 4. 1977. To improve the morale of the German officers, a train with beautiful girls is arranged to entertain them when on leave. Hell Train. 1977. The SS puts a slutty nightclub singer in charge of a train car full of prostitutes whose services are reserved solely for Adolf Hitler. The Red Knights of the Gestapo. 1977. An illustrious group of German industrialists plot to overthrow Hitler by negotiating a peace treaty with England. Disgraced, but dedicated Nazi officer Colonel Werner von Euland is assigned by his superiors to ferret out these deceitful dissidents and stop them before it's too late. Von Euland recruits a bunch of beautiful women to seduce these traitors and undermine their conspiracy. Pure Blood. 2000. Combining a new age black maid, blood-drinking zombie racists and a plot to poison the town with blood cakes, what ensues is a dark comedy that pits the forces of fascism against the redeeming power of true love and home cooking. The Night Porter, 1974. A concentration camp survivor rekindles her sadomasochistic relationship with her lover, a former SS officer now working as a night porter at a Vienna hotel, but his former Nazi associates begin stalking them. Holocaust, 1978. The saga of a Jewish family's struggle to survive the horror of Nazi Germany's systematic marginalization and extermination of their community. Holocaust 2. April 10, 1980. A secret group of Jewish activists locate and murder the doctors and soldiers who tortured their relations in a notorious extermination camp. Natalie, Escape from Hell, 1978. A Russian doctor finds herself imprisoned in a lavish and elegant bordello for the high-ranking Nazi officers, at the mercy of a fiendish SS officer. Can she locate a missing British agent under her nose and escape from hell? Nazi Love Camp 27, 1977. As the menacing clouds of World War II spread all over across Europe, a young flaxen-haired Jew woman will witness her idyllic life crumble into pieces as she is rounded up and thrown to forced prostitution at the infamous Joy Camp 27. Salon Kitty, 1976. Kitty runs a brothel in Nazi Germany where the soldiers come to relax. Recording devices have been installed in each room by a power-hungry army official who plans to use the information to blackmail Hitler and gain power himself. The Cutthroats, 1971. A captain hand-picks half a dozen American soldiers for a desperate mission in Germany to get possession of vital World War II plans, but he keeps another secret up his sleeve. Soldati Fara Uniformer, 1961. In 1944, taken prisoner and interned in a camp beyond the front line, a locomotive engineer escapes together with a Soviet prisoner and a teacher, and together they make their way back to Romania. Private House of the SS, 1977. Top Nazi officials, intent on rooting out traitors and those in the military who may be plotting to overthrow Adolf Hitler, recruit and train a group of beautiful prostitutes. Summary. The Beast in Heat, 1977. A beautiful, nefarious senior female SS officer/doctor creates a genetic, mutant human hybrid. The Beast is a squat, mongoloid hyper-sexually driven fiend which she uses to torture and molest female prisoners while fellow Nazis watch. Blitzkrieg, Escape from Stalag 69, 2008 video. Enter Stalag 69, where torture is just the beginning for this bloody band of Nazi butchers. Germany, 1945. Stalag 69, a POW camp ruled by the sadistic SS commandant Helmut Schultz. Helga, she Wolf of Spielberg. 1977. Helga, a woman who runs a strict prison camp, forces her female prisoners into slave labor and to be love toys for her own personal pleasure, as well as for her soldiers. Issuing torture and whippings to anyone who dares defy her, man or woman. Poltergeist, the Naked Wolves of the SS. 2011. A group of Nazis meet in a house to revive Hitler's black magic, but unleash through the wrath of specters that end up torturing and harassing them. Ilsa, she Wolf of the SS. 1975. Ilsa is a warden at a Nazi death camp that conducts experiments on prisoners. Ilsa's goal is to prove that women can withstand more pain and suffering than men and should be allowed to fight on the front lines. She Devils of the SS, 1973. The last days of World War II, women are volunteering from all over Germany to serve in the front lines by having sex with Nazi soldiers. Blood Orgy of the She-Devils, 1973. Lorraine and Mark enter the world of witchcraft where Mara foretells the future and helps them remember their past lives. When a series of mysterious murders begin to occur, they turn to Dr. Helsford for advice. She-Demons. 1958. A couple wash up on an uncharted island where Nazi experiments are going on. Ilsa, the Wicked Warden, 1977. After the mysterious disappearance of her sister, a desperate young woman infiltrates brutal warden Ilsa's mental health facility for sexually deviant women. Will she escape the hellhole and live to tell the tale? Ilsa the Tigress of Siberia, 1977. In 1953, nestled deep in the unforgiving Siberian tundra, the Stalinist Gulag 14 is a purgatory under the command of the brutally seductive tormentor, Ilsa. More than 2 decades later, the camp's sole survivor still thirsts for revenge. Jailhouse Wardress, 1981. After the fall of the Third Reich, all Nazi SS officers ran away in Latin American countries. They created special laboratories to crate beautiful women for satisfaction of their sexual desires. The main warden is a cruel woman. Iron Sky, 2012. The Nazis set up a secret base on the dark side of the moon in 1945 where they hide out and plan to return to power in 2018. Iron Sky is a 2012 Finnish-German-Australian comic science fiction action film directed by Timo Vuorensola and written by Joanna Sinisalo and Michael Kulsniko. It tells the story of Nazi Germans who, after being defeated in 1945, fled to the moon where they built a space fleet to return in 2018 and conquer Earth. The Black Gestapo, 1975. General Ahmed has started an inner-city people's army to try and relieve the misery of the citizens of Watts. When the locals are put under increasing pressure by mafia thugs, Ahmed's, see full summary. The Black Gestapo is a 1975 Nazi blaxploitation film about a vigilante named General Ahmed, who starts an inner-city people's army to protect the black citizens of Watts. However, when the army succeeds in chasing the mob out of town, Ahmed's had been replaced by his colleague Colonel Koja, reforms the movement into a fascist criminal organization. And there you have it. Which movie is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more cinematic journeys. Until next time, this is Ilsa signing off.